क्लास 10 के इम्पॉर्टेंट शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं एसएलओ बेस। मैंने कुछ चैप्टर अपलोड किए थे, लेकिन ये जो वीडियो होगी इसमें हम तमाम बुक के इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन देखेंगे एसएलओ बेस, जो कि फेडरल बोर्ड में आपका 18 तारीख को जो पेपर है उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। मैंने MCQs न्यूमेरिकल्स की वीडियो अपलोड कर दी थी, कंप्लीट बुक के इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक अपलोड कर दिए थे। आई होप आपने तैयार कर लिए होंगे और आप अपनी जो प्रिपरेशन है वो वाइंड अप कर रहे होंगे अब। ओके, तो अब तमाम तैयारी करने के बाद आपने ये तमाम क्वेश्चन देखने हैं, इनको तैयार करना है। अगर नहीं तैयार किए तो तैयार करें, बिकॉज एसएलओ बेस्ड जो एग्ज़ाम है उनके अकॉर्डिंग ये क्वेश्चन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। ठीक हो गया जी, स्टार्ट करते हैं अब। चैप्टर नंबर 10 सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन एंड वेव्स का फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन जो है, व्हाट इज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट इन SHM व्हेन काइनेटिक एंड पोटेंशियल एनर्जीज आर इक्वल। नंबर 2, do mechanical waves pass through vacuum that is empty space? Number 3, what do the dark and bright fringes on the screen of ripple tank represent? Number 4, what are the characteristics of simple harmonic motion? Number 5, why the pendulum clock runs slow in hilly areas? Due to low gravity, hilly areas में जो gravity होती है वो low होती है या कम होती है, डिक्रीज होती जाती है, तो इस वजह से पेंडुलम का जो टाइम पीरियड है वो इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल होता है इस वजह से। नंबर 6, डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन द एम्पलीट्यूड एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट इन सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन। नंबर 7, गिव 4 एग्जांपल्स ऑफ SHM इन डेली लाइफ। 8 है डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन ट्रांसवर्स एंड लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव्स। 9th है आपके पास फाइंड द लेंथ ऑफ सेकंड पेंडुलम ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ मून एंड अर्थ। सेकंड पेंडुलम आप लोगों ने देख लेना क्या होता है, फिर उसका आपने टाइम पीरियड निकालना है, लेंथ निकालनी है। 10th है हाउ वेव कैरी एनर्जी नॉट मैटर। 11th है प्रूव दैट V is equal to Fx यूजिंग रिपल टैंक। 12 है व्हाट हैपन्स टू द एंगल ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन व्हेन वाटर वेव पास फ्रॉम डीप टू शैलो पार्ट ऑफ वाटर। नंबर 13 है डू द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंट एंड द एंगल ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन इन ऑफ वाटर वेव इक्वल, कमेंट। Number 14, if the mass of the bob of simple pendulum is increased by a factor of 3, what will be the change in its time period? 15th है a large ripple tank with vibrator working at the frequency of 30 Hz produces 25 waves in the distance of 50 centimeter. What will be the wave velocity? 16 है why simple pendulum vibrates faster at equators. और 17 है how can we measure the height of the tower without having measuring tape. And 18 है why radio waves diffract more than TV waves. जो चैप्टर 11 है साउंड, उसके चेक करते हैं अब। नंबर 1, डिफाइन acoustics and where it is used. Number 2, how stethoscope function. Number 3, identify which part of these musical instrument vibrate to produce sound. Electrical bell, loudspeaker, piano, violin या flute. Number 4, explain how the sound is produced by school bell. 5, why the sound waves called mechanical waves. 6, suppose you and your friend are on the moon. Will you be able to hear any sound produced by your friend? 7, how a singer can shatter the glass by his voice. 8, why the voice of woman is shriller than that of men. पिच की वजह से। 9th है which property of sound wave determines its loudness and pitch. 10, what would happen to the loudness of sound with increase in its frequency. 11th, on what factor the frequency of tuning fork depends. 12, how elephants communicate with one another. 13, differentiate between music and sound या noise. 14th है how ultrasonic are used to measure the depth of water by echo method. 15, why pilots wear special headphones. 16, how blue whales, bats and giraffes communicate. 17, how and when speed of sound was measured first time. Speed of sound first time measure की थी न्यूटन ने, और उसकी वैल्यू जो थी वो 281 आई थी, जो कि करंटली जो वैल्यू है 332 या 350 या 343 उससे कम थी। इसके बाद अब देखते हैं चैप्टर 12 ज्योमेट्रिकल ऑप्टिक्स। ज्योमेट्रिकल ऑप्टिक्स में है Number 1, in large shopping centers, convex mirrors are used for security purposes. Do you know why? Number 2, will the bending of light more or less for medium with larger refractive index? 3 है where a pen is placed in front of convex lens if the image is equal to the size of the pen. 4 है how the size of the pupil eye will change in dim light and bright light. 5 है why convex mirror are used at blind turns. Number 6, why the apparent depth of the pond look less than its real depth due to refraction. Number 7, why core of fiber is denser, ताकि जो critical angle है वो ज़्यादा हो सके वहाँ पे. 8 है how does prism disperse with white light. Discuss the characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror. 10th है differentiate between angle of deviation and angle of minimum deviation. 11, an image is formed on the retina is inverted even when we see the object upright. Why? 12, a single image is seen by the person as he has two eyes. Why? उनका point of focus same होता है. 13, differentiate regular and irregular reflection. 14, what is the duality of light. Comment. 15, how the different colors are seen. Also explain criteria of visibility. 16 है आपके पास why reflecting telescope are preferred over refracting telescope. Reflecting or refracting. Okay. 17, why the focus of convex lens is real and the focus of concave lens is virtual. 18, the ray incident normally to the interference of two separating media will refracted without showing any change in direction. Prove. 19, how rainbow is formed, also given its formation condition. 20th, what is the mirage and how it is formed. 21, find the angle of minimum deviation in case of glass with n 1.5, refractive index 1.5 दिया हुआ है. 22, give the condition for the angle of minimum deviation. 23rd, how lenses behave as prism. 24, how approximate focal length of convex lens is measured. 25, explain the process of accommodation. 26, how short-sightedness and long-sightedness can be corrected. चैप्टर 13 आपके पास है स्टूडेंट्स. जो पहला क्वेश्चन है why comb rubbed with hair attracts small pieces of paper. Number 2, why plastic rod rubbed with fur and glass rod rubbed with silk attract each other. Third, why two plastic rods rubbed with fur repel each other. 4, repulsion is the sure test of the charge on body. Why? या comment. Okay, number 5, do you think that the amount of positive charge on glass rod is equal to the amount of negative charge on the silk when rubbed together? What happens if a neutral glass rod is brought near to positively charged glass rod? Number 7, how positive and negative charge is brought on the body by electrostatic induction. Number 8, why the attraction is not sure test for the sign of charge on body electroscope. Number 9, how electroscope is charged. Number 10, what are the purposes of electroscope. Number 11, differentiate between electrostatic induction and electrostatic induction method. Number 12, why leaf of charge electroscope diverge if you touch its disc. With metal rod they do not diverge if you touch the disc with rubbed rod. 13, define 1 coulomb charge. Number 14, in a dry day if you walk in a carpeted room and then touch some conductor you will get small electric shock. Can you tell why does that happen? 15, why a huge amount of forces is required to separate the positive and negative charge in a pencil point. 16, estimate the magnitude of Coulomb's force between two charges होगा आगे ये misprint हुआ होगा. 17 है in what case the force is maximum and why. Number 18, if we double the distance between two charges what will be the magnitude of force. 19, the magnitude of Coulomb force between two charges is 1 coulomb separated by 1 meter. और k की वैल्यू आपके पास ये दी हुई है, याद करके जानी है आपने. 9 × 10⁻⁹ ये k की वैल्यू है. is equal to the gravitational force that earth exert on billion kilogram object at sea level. Why? 20, some आपके पास animals produce electric field when what is the purpose of such electric field. 21st, the range of electric field of both bulb is 30 away about 5 Newton per coulomb, whereas the electron in the hydrogen atom experience say the electric field in order of this. Find from the nucleus of atom. Comment. 22, electric field lines never intersect each other. Why? अच्छा स्टूडेंट, तमाम क्वेश्चन जो हैं ये तमाम जो मॉडल पेपर्स गिवन हैं 3 आपके पास फेडरल बोर्ड की वेबसाइट से, उनको मद्देनजर रखते हुए बनाए गए हैं कंप्लीट बुक के, तो दे आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. 23rd, why the person in Faraday cage is not affected by the strong electric field of cage. Number 24, when is the uniform electric field and where it exists. Number 25, what is the neutral zone and where it exists. 26, differentiate electric potential and electric potential energy and potential difference. Number 27, how capacitor is charged. Number 28, on what factors how the capacity of capacitor depends. 29, how variable capacitor is used in tuning circuits. 30, how equivalent capacitance in series and parallel combination differs from each other. 31, give some uses of capacitor in daily life. 32, how capacitor block DC and allow AC to current pass through it. DC direct charge and direct current, and AC means alternating current. 33, give any two equivalence energy consumption of lightning in daily life. 34, how electro painting is done and air cleaner work. 35, how would you suspend 50,000 pound of water in the air with no visible means of support. उसको evaporate ही करना पड़ेगा. 36, how the danger of a spark in airplane is eliminated. Chapter 14, electricity. Number 1, why the direction of current is conventional even if and only free electron are flowing through it. Number 2, why the magnitude of drift velocity is less than the magnitude of random motion velocity. Third, differentiate the potential difference and electromotive force. Fourth, on what factors and how the resistance of conductor depends. 5, what are the limitations of Ohm's law. 6, differentiate between ohmic and non-ohmic substances. 7th, why ammeter is connected in series or current measurement. 8, why the resistance of ammeter is kept low. यहाँ पे low आएगा. 9th, why is voltmeter is connected in parallel. Why the resistance of voltmeter is kept high. 11th, how resistance of conductor and semiconductor varies with temperature. 12, what are thermistors, give their significance. 13, give some examples of heating effect of current. 14, how a bird can sit harmlessly on the high tension wire. Number 15, what happen to the brightness of bulb if we go increasing number of bulbs in series. 16, give the current and voltage divider rule. 17, find the equivalent resistance in series and parallel if n identical resistors are connected in the circuit. 18, आपके पास है why energy are used instead incandescent bulbs. Energy savers आएगा यहाँ पे. Energy savers are used instead of incandescent bulbs. 19, what is power rating. 20, why and how earth wire is used. 21, why the intensity of incandescent bulbs appear to be constant even supplied voltage is alternating. 22, light bulb is operated for 40 second, energy consumed by it for 2400 joule. Find its power. 1 kilojoule hour जो है वो 3.6 megajoule के बराबर प्रूफ करना है. Differentiate between AC and DC current, alternating and direct. 25th, why is AC supplied to homes instead of DC. ये long range होता है AC, DC short range होता है. 26, how the insulation of wire is damaged and what is the effect of it. 27, why how damped condition affect the electrical condition. 28, what is fuse, explain its function. 29, what is circuit breaker, explain its function. Differentiate the fuse and circuit breaker and why we use earth wire in the appliances containing metal casings. Question 15, electromagnetism. Number 1, what is electromagnet, give the working principle of relay. Number 2, how transmission lines reduces the power loss. Number 3, how soft iron is used to increase the magnetic field of solenoid. Number 4, two wire parallel to each other carrying heavy current either attract or repel each other. Explain both conditions. Number 5, what is the main difference between electricity and magnetism. 6, how Lenz's law obeys laws of conservation of energy. Number 7, give similarities in bar magnet and solenoid. State Fleming left hand and right hand rules. 9th, state right hand grip rule of the direction of magnetic field and polarity of solenoid. 10, what is the power output of transformer is less than the power input. 11, how magnetic field of solenoid is similar to bar magnet. 12, on what factors and how the force on current carrying conductor is in magnetic field depends. Differentiate between slip and split rings. 16 चैप्टर पे आ जाते हैं बेसिक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स पे. इन कैथोड रे ट्यूब व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन आर रिवील्ड फ्रॉम ग्रीनिश ग्लो. Number 2, when an opaque object like metal cross placed in the path of cathode ray, what sort of information are revealed from it? Number 3, how thermionic emission take place? 4th, what is the purpose of high tension supply in electron gun? Number 5, draw figures showing the deflection of electron in electric and magnetic field. Number 6, when a magnet is brought near the TV screen, its picture distorted. Why? 17, what type of magnets are used to deflect the electrons to their desired position in TV tube? What is the purpose of grid and set of anodes in CRO? 9, why is the beam of electron is called cathode ray? 10, why the electron move in circular path when enters in magnetic field? 11, what is the function of deflecting plate in CRO? Number 12, give analog and 5 digital devices that are commonly used in everyday life. What are the advantages of digital devices and digital signals over analog devices and over analog signals? 14, what are Boolean variables and what is the Boolean algebra? इस क्वेश्चन में आपने एंड और एंड नॉट ऑपरेशन के बारे में बताना है, इनकी सर्किट डायग्राम बनानी है. इधर आपने ट्रुथ टेबल को डिफाइन करना है और लॉजिक गेट को. 17 में आपने राइट द डेफिनेशन सिंबल एक्सप्रेशन एंड ट्रुथ टेबल ऑफ बेसिक लॉजिक गेट्स. तीनों हैं जो बेसिक हैं वो एंड और नॉट है. टोटल आपकी किताब में 5 है, नैंड और नॉट नॉर भी, लेकिन वो बेसिक नहीं है. राइट द डेफिनेशन फॉर द यूनिवर्सल लॉजिक गेट्स. हाउ नॉट गेट इज फॉर्म फ्रॉम नैंड एंड नॉर गेट्स. What is LDR? What is the function of house safety alarm? Explain the working of house safety alarm. अब आपके पास 2 चैप्टर रहते हैं, इनको देख लेते हैं. 17, information technology. What is the difference between hardware and software? Name different softwares. Number 2, how a signal is transmitted through wire, how signal is transmitted through optical fiber, how signal is received through wires, how signal is received through optical fiber. Differentiate between primary and secondary memory. Discuss the use of the following in the modern telecommunication: radio waves, microwaves and infrared waves. 6 है, what is CBIS? Name its different parts. Discuss the use of axial cable. 8 है, why can't we use sound wave to transmit information to far off places? 9, explain the working of tuning circuit in radio. Differentiate between cell phone and photophone. 11, what are geostationary satellites? Name any 2 geostationary satellites. What is supercomputer? Give the importance of electronic mail. How information are recorded and retrieved from cassettes. How compact disk is used to read and write data. 15, how barcode scanners are used in data managing. Name 1 commonly used web browser. What are the drawbacks of ICT in present? फाइनली लास्ट चैप्टर पे आते हैं, इलेक्ट्रिक एटॉमिक एंड न्यूक्लियर फिजिक्स, जो मुझे इस किताब का सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर लगता है और आता भी पेपर में सबसे ज़्यादा इसका कंट्रीब्यूशन. नंबर 1, व्हाट इज मेंट बाय ये होगा एटॉमस. एटॉमस मीन्स अनडिविजिबल, जो कि डिवाइड और ना हो सके, इनडिविजिबल. नंबर 2, वाई प्रोटॉन इनसाइड द न्यूक्लियाई आर फॉर्म टू स्टे देयर. डिफाइन यूनिट ऑफ रेडियो एक्टिविटी. वाई आयोनाइजेशन पावर ऑफ पार्टिकल इज ग्रेटर देन एंड पेनिट्रेटिंग पावर इज लेस. अल्फा पार्टिकल की बात हो रही होगी यहाँ पे जी ऑफ यस, ये मीन अल्फा पार्टिकल. वाई आयोनाइजेशन पावर ऑफ बीटा पार्टिकल इज लेस एंड पेनिट्रेटिंग पावर ऑफ इज ग्रेटर एज कम्पेयर टू अल्फा पार्टिकल. डिफाइन डोज एंड इक्विवेलेंट डोज. व्हाट इज यूनिट फॉर न्यूक्लियर रेडिएशन. व्हाट इज मेंट बाय रैम, REM. वाई gamma radiation is harmful even these are used for brain radiotherapy. 10, how radioisotopes are used in harmful event. These are used for brain radiotherapy. How radioisotopes are used in fertilizer research. What is meant by moderator? Write down the name of common moderator. What is nuclear reactor? Explain function of control rod in nuclear reactor. What is meant by enrichment of uranium? What is cause of energy in nuclear fission? What is cause of energy in nuclear fusion? Why fusion is difficult to take place? Because it is harder to combine two nuclei, two positively charged particles. And last है why the nuclear radiation having greater ionization power has less penetrating power. तो ये आपके complete book के SLO based short questions हैं, right? short questions हैं और ये आपने फेडरल बोर्ड के लिए अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करने हैं.